Good morning again, or good evening. This is going to be our first on the 5 Latin vowels that we've referenced in some of our warm ups already. And anyway, here they are featured in some different words that you might see. The frequent spelling of them is what you see here in brackets. In brackets, this is what singers use called the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. And so typically, most every song we see, when we see I, we are not going to think the short sound I. We're going to sing the bright sound as in ring. When we see E, we're going to tend to think the bright as in spacious, ah as in tall, o as in open. Listen carefully, not O as in open. That's wrong. That's a diphthong. Two sounds. Do you hear it? O, O. Do you hear the little collapse? You see the jaw moving? It's just the first sound. Oh. You have to stop the sound with your lips frozen in place. Oh. Open. That's how we make the pure Latin O. Open and oo, very puckered as in pure. Pure. Before the little dive in the second sound, you hear pure. You actually hear the pew, pew, pure. That's that sound for the 5 Latin vowels. And one of the things that we have to work on is the formation for these vowels. How in the world should a person feel in their body? Because frequently the feeling in the body is so much more important than just what I think I'm hearing, especially in a big group. When I'm working on my voice, I actually have to feel some things in my body to feel like I'm doing them right. So for the E vowel, we're going to focus on the mask right here, the little puckered parts of the face between the lips and the teeth right here. And my E needs to feel like it's right here. E. There's a little channel, there's a little groove about, what is that, 1.25 inches, almost 2 inches, straight up and down. E. That's a great little motion. Looks like one of those, I don't know what you call it, but one of those little strange guys meditating or something. E. That little column. We want to have the teeth showing. Cannot be done with the teeth not showing. If you are singing it like you didn't do it right, right? Because your teeth aren't showing. These require a lifted space so that we want to see those pearly whites. We want to see those teeth. Ah. We want to keep the tongue down in the back and coming high in the back and pointed down into the teeth. Ah. Oh. We begin to turn the nose on, get a little nose back. Ooh, and we close up the space. Close up the space. Now, how do they relate to each other? We all know that without this head and this neck, right, that the action here where the vocal folds vibrate would sound nothing more than like zzz, 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 zzz. They can buzz and pitch, zzz, 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 but there would be no quality to the sound. The quality of the sound comes from the shape of the tube. And the tube is all these parts of my face and my neck, right? So, how do they feel in relationship to each other? Well, what people tend to notice is that vowels like e feel really forward, and vowels like ah tend to feel really in the back. So I'm going to slide it back here. So typically, ah is one of the harder vowels to master really carefully, right? Because it is a back vowel. But then again, by the time I move back to ooh, it's also to the front. But why is ooh so different from e if they're both in the front? There's kind of a continuum that some people have noticed, right? That these vowels move from front to back to front. There's another dimension that they are actually moving from open to closed. What do you mean open to closed? I can have as much space as opening front space, showing all the teeth, lifting up the nose. I can have lots and lots of space up here. These are very open, and these are very closed. What do you mean closed? Like your throat's not open, not vibrating? No, not that kind of closed. We mean that the spaces, the structures here feel a little smaller. And here they feel a little bit bigger, right? So here is the open and forward, e, and here is the back, ah, and here is the open and the closed and forward, ooh, right? No teeth need to be showing for the ooh. Ooh is so comfortable. We always refer to this, especially if you go on to take high school choir with me. This is the master vowel. Ooh tunes and warms all the others. E brings the brightness and the space. In fact, the hardest vowel for choir directors, guess what, to get control and have their choir feel really confident in, like they're actually doing it correctly, is that one. That's actually the hardest one to not have over darkening, right? It's really hard to get a good blend. So let's work through. I'm going to play a little bit on the piano, and we'll take that little scale right there. I'm going to work through here. We're going to work our way down. Try it with me. Let's add one more thing. Let's add a little bit of face gestures. And what we want to do is we want to kind of coach some of the areas of the face that we want to feel and concentrate on, right? When you get to ooh, feel like you just pinch it and take it away. One of the best little techniques you'll ever see for the ooh vowel. And it's going to sound crazy, but the longer I've been doing this, it's some of the dumbest, craziest tricks that work the best, okay? Take your pinky finger, get it wet, and actually wipe your lips when you do the ooh. Ooh, and blow air across your finger. Get it wet. Ooh. And no matter how far out you take that finger, make sure you can feel the air on those wet particles on the finger. Thanks for working on the 5 vowels with me. We'll be back later. Thanks again for your work on your Latin. It's not always comfortable singing in Latin, but there's obvious benefits for choirs, obvious benefits for singers, why we all study Latin vowels. Have a good day. Thanks.